Welcome back to Fenton Forest farm here. Um, we're working away here bright and early in the morning, a little before the sun really gets up, but thought we'd get after it here. Got the guys going. We are going to try this out and slurry the field first before we plant it. And we are going to plant soybean in this field, but we have the equipment here and we have a full tank of slurry. So I thought, well, let's give it a go. We'll do a little pre-fertilization before we plant. So got one of the guys here going on the slurry tank, and we'll see how that goes. And we're gonna have to buy more slurry because obviously this one tank's not gonna do the whole field. So, but ideally, once we get more animals, cattle or pigs or whatever, we should be able to get more slurry from those and not have to purchase it. But for now, we're in the stages, early stages, so we will be purchasing any slurry or fertilizer that we deem necessary to use. So, but want to give the slurry a try before we seed it. So I do have the tractor and the seeder set up. I believe I have the Fenton set up with the seeder, so we'll be able to drill in some soybean once this guy gets rolling. So because we're gonna have to refill this guy up a couple times, and I don't have a tanker to fill him, I'm not going to start the other tractor up following too close behind this guy. So but we're going to slide over. We got the other field going also. What's that field number? I can't remember here. Field number 1, that would be. So field number 1 right now, we are harvesting our canola. And we'll skip over there. So we're over here on field number 1, and we have the combines going. We've got our new outfitted field truck and trailer. Still tempted to swap the rim color on one of them to match, but for now this is going to work. I like how this looks, like how it's going to work. I think it makes sense to have this truck in the field for collecting. I mean, it was either this or cart. I do have enough tractors. We could have done carting also, but we'll have to watch how both these fields go. So we'll be unloading the combine today and making sure our slurry tank is full on the other guy. So we'll head over and I'm going to fill this up or unload him here and make sure it gets going. So nice thing is we're not going to have to run around and unload the truck and trailer quite as often, because this is a 90,000 liter trailer extended on customize and so on. So, but yeah, we'll give you this and we'll follow along on the other side. Alright, so just helping out here. Want to come check out how the whole slurry refill went. It looks like it costs us about $390 to fill this tank up. I have a feeling we're going to be filling it a few times based off where we left off in the field when it was empty. But we do have this nice little setup here. Looks like I got manure, slurry, and digestate all in one location for purchase. And on the other side, we got that herbicide tank. So we do have these options when needed. But like I said, hopefully we'll sort out our animal situation pretty quick here and start collecting our own byproduct of the animals. So unfortunately, sheep doesn't give that byproduct. All we get out of them is wool, but all they require is grass. And well, it looks like we need to clean up after them. So we'll get this guy going. Maybe we'll go check out how our sheep are doing. Kind of go from there. So, but yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna have to. This guy's probably gonna need to get about halfway down the field before we decide that we want to start putting down the soybean. So yeah, I kind of wanted to be involved with how that's set up. I was kind of curious how with the purchase of the slurry, but now I'll let this guy take over and he can just finish up the whole field and get it done. Alright, so today I would like to make some income, and maybe this afternoon we can look at either purchasing some animals or another field. We definitely need another field, although we definitely need some more animals too. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the grain that we have stored here and sell it. We have quite a bit of wheat right now, and so I think we could sell a full load of wheat, full trailer full, 140,000 liters. And we'll still have quite a bit left over, just what, 95,000-ish roughly or something like that. And right now I think our best price here is the Grain Elevator East, which yeah, that'd be our best price. The other one too, we could do 140 of the barley, and it is priced not quite as good, but it's going up. The highest bid on here I think is still going up, so we have time to sort that one out. And then we could look at selling our canola also when that time comes. So, which again is going up here. We got a high spot there, so we'll have a good spot to sell no matter what. So right now I think this 1300 is looking really good on Grain Elevator East. Where is that? That's just down the road this direction. So through town and off the other side we can get to that Grain Elevator East. So I'm going to load up and make that trip and get that done here this morning while we got all the other guys are working and keeping busy. So you can get to use this new truck also, a new trailer. So kind of looking forward to that. Always fun with the new toys. So I'll get this loaded and we'll check in on everybody else here shortly. I was just chatting with the guys over on Field 1 there. We're going to drive by there in a couple minutes, or in a minute here. They were just telling me that they're like 90% full on their trailer. So we're going to have 90,000 liters pretty quick off of Field 1 completed. And there's still, I don't know, like roughly half a field to go. So we're going to get quite a bit out of that. We may even get close to 200,000 liters off that field. If I had to make a rough guesstimation, but yeah, we'll find out for sure. Make this trip across town and unload, and we'll see you over on the other side there. All right, so we're just here at Grain Elevator East. I'm gonna sell this wheat, 140 liters of it. We're gonna get going on the front. I believe this will be the front. We'll open the cover up here. Yeah, front tank of the trailer. And we'll see what we net us here. So 91,000 there. We'll switch to the rear thing. Let's go. Oh, I hit the right. Use the right buttons on here. Let's pull it out. Unloading the back of the trailer. For another 91,000. So yeah, can't go wrong. Gotta like having the big trailer, getting it all done in kind of one go. Don't know the best way to get it here. So there, that was just 180,000, just over 180,000 profit. So definitely worth the trip. Alright, so we're just got a full trailer of canola. We're going to head back to the silo here and unload it. Kind of keep things rolling. Field number 2 over there, they're done. The slurry, I think he'll be just about done. He caught up pretty quick actually with the seeder. It's a little wider than what the slurry is. And I didn't pay attention to the working speeds, but as possible, it's slightly quicker too even. So yeah, slurry's all done. Just finishing up the seeding of the soybean, and that'll be set, and we'll just have to watch. We'll have it fully fertilized. It's been limed, plowed, completely fertilized. All we'll have to do is pay attention to is weeds, and keep that under control. So we'll just spin by our sheep here and see how they're doing. They are producing our wool, and it looks like we almost have a couple thousand liters of that going. Still got that straw bale sitting there. What do we do here? Well, since we're still waiting on everybody else to finish up, we're going to take another look at what we can sell, and I think we'll go right on to the barley here. Where are we at? What was our high? Fenton meal. I don't know if this is the highest it can be at. It's showing pretty high right now. It may get higher just comparing it to, say, the wheat. But it's not bad. I guess I'll see how far away Fenton meal is. Fenton mill is just up there, so just past the shop and up the road, so about as far away as the East Grain, pretty close anyway. So we could take a load out there. That would give us quite a bit more money in order to, I think we could probably both purchase a field and also buy some animals. So we are going to have, and then maybe if there's time by the end of the day, we could even look at selling canola if it's at a good price. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of some of this barley and get a little bit more buffer in the cache there. So let's fill this truck up. All right, we've got the truck all full up here. We'll put the cover back on. And we will go a long way around here. Well, it looks like we're getting the slurry put away after being washed. That's good. And what else? Come around. Oh, and we're refilling the seeder here. We get seed and refertilize. Make sure we're topped up here for the next field. Nice thing about field number 1 is it's already been plowed. I will have to check if it is limed. I don't remember if we limed that one or not. So we might just toss some lime on there quick and get that sorted out so we have the best yield going. And then we will, I'm not sure on that field if we'll do the slurry fertilizer or not, but we'll try something maybe on that field, and or we'll just go direct drill and seed and fertilize, and then worry about the second fertilizer stage later on. But we'll get this going here. I guess the other option, I could always throw some radish down also. So, but I'm going to drive over to Fenton Mill, and I'll see you there. All right, so we're just over here. We're unloading our trailer, and that netted us just under 83,000. And we'll head over to the front side now. We'll unload that one. And I mean, ideally we should get about the same amount because it doesn't fluctuate that quickly. I did learn that this truck and trailer combo is not good going up and down these ramps. Yeah, just under 83,709. So yeah, that we're sitting good money wise for now. But yeah, we had a little bit of a struggle getting up that ramp. A little steep for this truck. All right, I'm going to try and get turned around here and get back to the farm. All right, well, we're back on field number 1 here. My worker here, he got a little ahead of me. I didn't really get a chance to talk to them about whether this field needed lime or not. But we did talk about throwing some oilseed radish down first. So he is planting right now some radish. So we'll let that get into a growth stage, and then we will plant in our crop. I mean, we could throw some lime over top of that radish too, and that'd probably do the trick, to be honest, with how this works. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I could throw lime on right now at this before it even gets to the first growth stage, likely. And that would also help prevent any kind of crop damage on that to make sure we get our full fertilization. So, but that happens really quickly. So I'm gonna let this guy run and do his thing. I'm gonna stay over here. We're almost done getting this field all harvested up, and so yeah, I'm gonna run this truck for a bit here until that project's done. So we got a few more loads to go over here. So I'm gonna go try and catch this truck and load him. If I can keep him running and working, that might be a great option. But he's gonna be almost full, I think, right about now. So pretty quick. All right. So another thing we can work on here when we get a chance is the grass. I mean, I think that's just gonna be an ongoing in between job. Never hurts to be picking up. But we can get the grass mowed and picked up, and we can start filling up our silage bunker if need be also. So along with just keeping sure we have lots of bales. If I start buying cattle, they're going to start going through a lot of feed, and which is great. More feed, more production they're going to do, but at the same time we need to be able to support that continuously. So the only thing we don't have is silage bales right now. I did think the one silo we had over there was for producing silage, but honestly, I'm not exactly sure what it's for because I couldn't get anything to come out of it. But we will we'll see. I think what I'm gonna unload this now because I don't think I'll get the whole couple more loads in there. So the rest of this field. So I'm gonna unload now, and then I'll have lots of space in this trailer for that. So I think I know the field I want. Right beside field number 2, so that might be field number 3. It's just keeping it close and easy access from the main farm here. So it just makes sense, I think, to pick that one up. There's our straw bales get moved around. So I'll pick that one up. I think it's probably already planted. Can't remember if it has barley or oats or something like that in there. Whatever it is, it'll work out. Be perfectly fine. So we will probably purchase that one. I think that's about 350,000. So we'll still have lots of money left over, and then we'll probably we'll take the animal trailer up to the animal store and see if we can pick up. We could pick up some cattle. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. And I think what they want us to be producing here is Angus. But I wouldn't mind doing some dairy at the same time because that's just some good extra income, even daily income if we get enough of them. So we'll maybe have to see what our options are and just double check there with Boss Man what he would prefer us to do. So I'm gonna get this guy unloaded. This looks like his last run down the field too. So I'm gonna finish him off, and then we'll go from there. I think we'll be at lunchtime after this, so we'll break for lunch. We'll come back and we'll do some business. Figure out some business for the rest of the afternoon there, and make sure these fields are continued doing what they need to be doing. So see you after lunch. Alright guys, welcome back here. After lunch, just talked to the boss man, and he's completed purchasing this other property here, field number 3 on the map. So now we do own another field, and he got it. It's already been planted here or seeded. So we have, I believe, what do we got? Oats in there. So we'll have another crop of oats, and we're checking the growth period here. We're about the same as our field number 2. So we should be able to move in, work our field 2, or actually we might actually jump right to working field number 3 when the time comes for harvest. And then, because we'll have a little bit more soil work to do there, probably going to need to be cultivated, limed, and so on. Where field number 2, we've just completed that, so we got a bit to get by before we have to do that again. So that'll give us a little extra time to get that field done while we're harvesting field number 2. So, and then at the same time, we've now got a whole pile more grass we can play with. So, and we are looking to increase, or we need to get a whole pile of silage done up here. So that is going to be a priority here pretty quick, is getting the grass mowed, and probably going to go, I think I'm going to go bulk silage. So we're going to get that big silage pit filled up. Let's run over here. I'm going to run over to we're going to go check out the bulk silage pit just to see what we got working with there. And then we're also going to check on field number 1 and just see how the guys are doing getting that all complete. So we're not doing too bad for money right now, so I think we're okay there. So this is going to be our silage one. I believe that's the one we have. I don't think we have any other ones around the farm here that I can think of, but this is the one we'll use. Probably we'll fill it all up and get it fermenting. I'm gonna get over, let's check these guys out. I got a message that we're out of lime here, so we're out of lime there, and we are done seeding there. So awesome, right on. All right, I'm gonna get these guys sorted out, and then we'll be back and on to our next project. All right, well, with everybody getting here, getting the cedar all washed up with the tractor, we got the other guy going on the lime back on field number 1 there. I think what I want to do, since we have all this extra space, is I'm going to grab the mower, and once we're done getting the other tractor washed up, we're going to get out there and start picking up grass and hauling it back for the silage pit. Really want to get into the cattle like I was talking about this morning, but there's not much point if we don't have all the needs required to do that. So, all right, I'm going to get loaded up in here, and I'll get the other guy. We'll get all set up, and then we'll get to mowing. All right, so we get all the machinery going here, and we're going to collect up the grass. Get a bunch of that going. I think we're going to have a pile. We really are going to go through a lot of silage, so I'm not too worried about having, if we do all this grass up as silage in the pit. But we'll see. We'll see how much we end up actually with, because I'm not too sure. I got to first work on my driving. There we go. I don't let my guys, drive and talk on the phone, but apparently I'm here talking to you guys and driving at the same time. Helps if I probably had my view a little bit better, obviously, but let me get going on here, and we'll come back and visit here after a little bit. All right, so I've just got the tractor here, and we're just unloading, or it looks like our second load into the pit or the silage silo. Just trying to keep it even as I go through here. I like these drive-through ones; they're my favorite for sure. Well, to a certain degree, but what we got here, we got the lime done on field 1, so sent a buddy up to get some equipment here for compaction, so getting everything ready. So we got the John Deere sitting there waiting to go. We'll hopefully have somebody in there working that out so it'll stay compacted and not get too out of hand. And if we got that going at the same time, then while we're mowing and unloading in there, it should stay relatively efficient and not get too crazy, so not too bumpy. But a little bit of a drive here to get from the unload point to back out to where we're mowing, but the scenery is amazing, so it's not too bad of a drive. It's worth the trip. So anyway, thought I'd fill you in on kind of our setup here and how we're going to be rolling with the grass and the hauling and then the compaction with some new tools we got. So we'll check in on that, and maybe we'll even get our hand at a little bit of compaction here a little bit later on, and see how that works out with the equipment we picked up. So, but we'll get back to this. Alright, so we finished up around field 2 mowing and unloading in here. So I'm just going to take over some of this and give this compaction a go here with some of this equipment. Give it a try. And pull up the menu here, we'll see where we're at. So we're 321,000 liters roughly. And we're already not too far off, 77. This setup definitely does the compaction a lot faster than just driving over it with the tractor, that is for sure. Let's try it on the middle here. And doing this keeps it nice and spread out too, so when the time comes to add more, when the next load's ready, we'll be ready for that also. So just gonna keep playing it here. I'm gonna go around to the other side and push it this direction. See if that gets it even smoother out yet. That didn't kind of work out the way I wanted it to. I can see we're getting this smooth probably isn't going to completely happen, so I think what I'll do is just compact it. But yeah, I definitely don't want to come all the way out because and push it out the end of the trigger, so I'm going to go back to the other end and try that again, but not quite go as far. You can see where it's rough. It doesn't really float like it would to make it level. So let's just try bringing down some of these bigger humps. So actually, yeah, pretty much compacted, but just got a big mound in the middle here, which is going to be a pain to bring in the next load. Guess it's going to be what it is though, so we're going to get out of the way here and hopefully they'll have the next load in. But yeah, we'll keep this up. Make sure we have good compaction, keep piling it up. Maybe I'll try piling it up more on the ends, and I can always keep pushing it to the middle like I'm doing, so might just start backing the trailer in then for that. So other thing too is I do see that we are due for seeding on field number 1, so we do need to look after that. We are getting kind of late in the day though. I'm not sure if I'll get right at that or not. I might just kind of continue on working out with this the grass and filling the silage, and then first thing in the morning we'll get after looking after our other fields. We got field 1, we got a seed. Right now we just have the radish on there. It's going to be very well fertilized. It was not really a needed thing that we did on that one. So, but we will carry on with that project anyway, and get it seeded up and looked after. And then we'll probably need to fertilize and potentially weed the other 2 fields. So we'll check in on those also in the morning. So follow along if you like. I'm going to do some more work on this grass before I call it a day. And we'll see you tomorrow.